Hey, what's up, guys? Hold on a second. Too much crap on my desk. Alright, sorry about that. Okay, so obviously everyone's waiting around to see what I'm going to do for my 1000th video. Here it is. First off, let me mention I can't believe that I put out 1000 videos. It's ridiculous. But it's been a blast, and I plan to do thousands and thousands and thousands of more videos for you guys, as long as time allows me and YouTube's still around. So I'm here for the long haul. But I really want to start this video out by saying thank you. Thank you so much to everyone from the very beginning to someone who's just subscribed today. The reason we put out videos here on YouTube, anyone on YouTube, is to have fun. It's that simple. Some people put videos to educate, some people put videos to entertain, make people laugh, give people insight to things, teach people, share information. It's been such a great experience. I really hope it never ends. YouTube's become such a large part of my life, and I think a lot of you guys watching, it's just been a fantastic experience. So I really want to thank you guys, because obviously without the viewers, what's the point, you know? So that's pretty much it. Thank you so much. This video is going to be, as the title suggests up there, this is going to be a old school triple feature. And what I mean by that is that when I started making videos on YouTube, if you haven't heard the story before, basically I started on YouTube because I was a forum member. I was very active on bladeforums.com as well as knifeforums.com, and I was trying to explain to someone how to make a fire from flint and steel. I started, beginning to get into the whole bushcrafting hobby, and I couldn't really explain it in text, so I decided to make a video. I hopped on YouTube, made an account, cutlerylover, because it's my same name on the forums, and I just went from there. When I posted the video, I had a lot of people who I didn't know, total strangers. This is all new experience to me, don't forget. People asked me questions. I showed someone a knife in another video. I had a lot of interest in it. There was a whole bunch of interest here on YouTube on anything knife related, and it just grew and grew and grew. And I took a lot of video requests, in the beginning, and just basically showed whatever people wanted to see, and it was fun. So the first probably half, if not three-quarters, of my YouTube experience, I've done three things most of the time. The first thing, obviously, is knife reviews. So what I'm going to show you in this video is a brand new knife review. Okay, that's number one. The second thing I've done is Balisong tutorials. Recently, I've been kind of out of the loop with the whole Balisong community, and I'd like to get back into it. It's just I have so much going on in my life. But one thing I felt I kind of owed to you guys, my viewers, is a new Balisong tutorial. So you're going to get a new knife review, a new Balisong tutorial, and because there's so many guys who watch my videos for Zippo stuff, you're going to get a new Zippo move tutorial as well. So all three of those videos in this video right now for you guys. What I'm going to do is, after this video, for my 1000th and first, second, third video, I'm going to actually repost each one of those individually for the purpose of searching. Basically, if someone's searching for a move, they'll find it via the title and stuff like that. So just be aware now that even though I'm showing you all three in this video as a special kind of triple feature, they will be posted individually right after. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed. I mean, I don't want to have a boring video, but anyone who likes my videos will probably enjoy this, and I figured it's a little something for everyone who's watching. Zippo stuff, Balisong stuff, and of course knife stuff in general. I don't have anything gun related in this video, because guns for the most part have been new to my channel within the last year or so, and I didn't do anything with guns early on. So this is kind of a throwback to just what I was about on YouTube originally, and this is basically just the roots of my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy it. And I want to thank you again so much for just watching, participating, talking with me, private messages, all the friends I've made here on YouTube, and all the friends that I've made outside of YouTube. I mean, I have yet to do kind of a face-to-face meet and greet with anyone, but I talked to a lot of great guys over the phone, and it's just been a really cool experience. So thank you so mumuch, guys. Hope you enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, guys? This is going to be a new knife review on the mini keychain Balisongs available over at bladeops.com. I'll have a link in the description box, a direct link to these if you guys are interested. But they're very, very cool. The one on top here is actually not from Blade Ops. This is one I've had for many years, and I'll talk about that in a second. Well, I'll just talk about it first. This is one that I got my sister when she was like 6 years old. Yes, 6 years old. When she was younger, she used to love to flip Balisongs, mainly because I did. I was always into the hobby ever since I was young. And, of course, I never gave her a sharp knife to flip. It was always trainers. Back then, I had a Benchmade model 40T, which was not the red one. It was basically a 42, but with a trainer blade. Still the silver handles. But anyway, she got really good. She used to love flipping around, and she had a ball. And like I said, by the time she was about 9 years old, 10 years old, she got really, really good at flipping. But eventually she lost interest. When she got into her teenage years, she got old girly girl, and not to say that girls don't like knives, but she just kind of gave up on the hobby. So this is one of the knives that I gave her when she was little, that she gave back to me when she decided she didn't like knives anymore. And you can see there, I actually had her name engraved on the blade. It says Brittany. But anyway, I'm using this as a comparison to show one of the ones that I already happen to own. Okay, the one in the box here is the one I got from Blade Ops. And just got this. You guys saw the unboxing of this, and I put it back in the, I was playing with it a lot, but I put it back in the box here to show you. This is how it comes. Okay, you do get an actual little box, so if you wanted to buy this as a gift or something, it's a nice little thing. And if you can get it out of the box, it's a really cool knife. There we go. Because I crammed this piece in there too. Now when you first get this, you're going to get the keychain attached to it. You can see there's a triangle shaped piece of metal, and basically, can't get this to turn around now. Basically this was clamped on the bottom portion here. You can see there's a little hole here, little pinhole. Where's my jeweler's loop? Right underneath the last large hole, there's a smaller one right there, and that's where this actually goes through. Obviously, this goes through here. Of course, it's not going to cooperate with me, and basically, it just goes through this hole here, and you would clamp this down. Just get your pliers or whatever, and it would just be attached to the handle. That's all. So you have this keychain that's attached, okay? I'm not going to actually have this on my keys, so I took it off. All I did was stretch this this bar out, and you can see it just kind of falls off. So anyway, put that aside. Well, let me show you since it's part of the review. If you are interested, it's just a clasp type keychain. Basically, pull that open, and that's how you get it on and off your keys. Okay, you guys probably remember this. A lot of stuff, if you ever got stuff out of vending machines or like gumball machines, that kind of stuff, all those toys. This is basically how all those keychains used to be back in the 90s and stuff. This little clasp type. So anyway, that's your keychain. If you do want to hang it on your keys, I think it'll be okay. It's a very flimsy metal, so if you bang your keys around a lot, I can see it falling off. That's why I personally am not going to carry it on my keys. But anyway, I'm not interested in that, so I took it off. So here's the Balisong. Well, let me keep my jeweler's loop out so we take a closer look here real quick. Alright, so marking on the blade says surgical steel, handcrafted in China. And the back is just sterile. There's no markings on it. Okay, so move this stuff out of the way here. Now later in the review, I'll just compare it to the one I used to own. But first, let me give you some specs on it. Weight, I'm not even going to measure it, guys. It weighs like, 0.1 ounces. It's nothing. It's a tiny little light knife. Open here is 3.5 inches long, and it has a 1 1/4 inch blade. So, if Balisongs in general are illegal where you live, then this is not going to be a problem. These are legal in California. California is one of the states where the gun laws are ridiculous. It's extremely strict in a lot of senses, but the one thing they do have, which a lot of people don't realize, is that in California you can legally carry a Balisong or an automatic knife round, with the exception is it has to have less than a 2-inch blade. Okay, so even though it seems kind of ridiculous, at least you guys can carry them. A lot of states, they're just completely banned. There's no size limit whatsoever. It's just you can't have them. So a lot of people don't know that. As far as shipping issues, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to get into legality stuff. You know, most websites, they have some kind of clause on the website saying that you know, you're responsible to know your own local laws, so that will always apply. You know, you should always be, you know, legal. But anyway, what I like about this one specifically is it's the first time I've ever seen a keychain Balisong with a black blade. I've seen lots of different variations, even the, you know, FHMs or Filipino handmades, the actual little customs that are this size, but I've never seen one with a black blade before. So I thought this was very cool. I definitely want to pick one up. I got this one in silver. They do offer this in a couple different color styles. They all have the black blade, but you can have it with silver handles, blue, red, green, black, or gold. I just thought the silver was kind of cool looking. Oh, you know, the contrast with the black there. They don't come super sharp. It looks like it'd be nice and sharp. The problem is that, and I'm going to need my jeweler's loop again. Get it nice and close here. Might be hard to tell, but the stock on this, although is thin for its size, I mean it's thin in general, but it's kind of thick for such a short blade. Okay, so when you sharpen the edge there, it just makes for a very, let me get this in focus. It's a very blunt edge. You can kind of see that. It's almost like, the best thing I can compare it to is a hatchet or an axe that's not razor sharp. If you have an axe that's well used and it needs to be sharpened, that's kind of the edge you have on here. It's just too much of an abrupt angle. It's basically like this, where you really want it thin. It's kind of like that. I can tell you that if you wanted to get one of these things to actually carry around and use, you certainly could. You just have to, you'd have to sharpen it yourself. You'd have to reprofile it, bring this back to probably at least a 30-degree edge, you know, per side, if not, you know, inclusive. But out of the box, it's not sharp. It's ripping sharp. I'll put it that way. I mean, you can, here. Let's say you have a box you need to open. You can open a box. Okay, you can cut tape. You can puncture, because it does have a nice acute tip on there. You can puncture and kind of rip open a box, if that makes sense. If you could see that. But it's not really sharp. Alright, so as a novelty, you know, that's really where I'd put it right now. As is, out of the box, it's a novelty knife. I wanted one for my collection because I do collect all kinds of Balisongs. I'm not going to sharpen this one up. I'm just going to keep it as is, you know, for my collection. But like I said, if you wanted to buy this to actually use, you can just sharpen it yourself. But the whole point of me going through all that was to tell you that it's not sharp out of the box. But I can tell you that I've never gotten one that was super sharp out of the box anyway. This one, being many years old, it's about the same. It's just such an abrupt edge there. It's not super sharp. But anyway, construction is about on par as this one, which is many years old. Basically the same thing. You have brass pins in it. Sometimes you can get a sticky pin, and what I mean by that is this one actually has one. You can see the bite handle here moves freely, but this pin is just slightly over tightened just from the factory, so it needs just a, you know, from the beginning spot here, it needs just a little bit of a push to be able to get, you know, kind of loose and pliable so that you can actually flip it around if you want. Not a huge deal. I mean, if you really want to flip this thing around, you just want to work it in. That's all. You'd constantly move it back and forth just to loosen it up just a hair so you can flip it around nice and easy. And these little mini Balisongs you can flip around. Like I said, I mean, if I want to try this one, I just throw a little bit of you know, lubricant in there and just, like I said, just kind of work it back and forth to loosen it up, and you can actually flip them. But anyway, the construction is, you know, like I said, it's pin construction. They're not bad. I mean, look how long this one is. Basically the exact same thing. And this has lasted, let's see, I got this when I was 14. Bought it for my sister. It's still held up just fine. They all have blade play. You know, they're all going to be like that. There's a little bit of wiggle, but it's where you want it. You want just a little bit of wiggle back and forth. It's not ridiculously loose. In fact, because this one's new, it's exactly where you want it. This one here being old, move that latch out of the way, you can see there's a lot of slop in it. But anyway, so from the, you know, directly from Blade Ops, I mean, these things, they're in great condition. They're ready to go. They're brand new. Like I said, the reason I really bought this one is because it had the black blade. And what I did notice is that most of the ones I've ever owned, sorry about that, guys, that's that 10-minute thing my camera likes to do. Likes to shut off after 10 minutes. I guess that's the camera's way of telling me that I should just speed it along and get to my point. No, but anyway, I was talking about the older one. There's a lot more play in the latch. That's just like any other cheaper Balisong. It's just going to form play with use because things are going to loosen up a little bit. This one still stays relatively, you know, closed. I mean, it will flop open if I keep flipping around. But anyway, when they're new like this, they're nice and tight and ready to go. But definitely a very cool little novelty item. You can actually use these things if you wanted to. I personally won't. They're cool, but I have other knives to actually use. I mean, but it's fun to play around, show your friends, you know, add to a collection, and certainly put in a display case. They look nice. So, anyway, the price on these are $9.99. A lot of times you'll find that these are a little bit cheaper, but it's very much a crapshoot. This one that I got here, I wish I would have got a couple of them, but I just got the one, and so far this one's actually been very good. The ones I've gotten in the past, like this one, they were cheaper. Originally, 14 years ago, this thing cost $3, but I bought 4 of them, and 3 of them broke the first day I had them. So, you know, I don't know. That's just how it is. You know, prices will always differ. What's cool though is that if you do like these and you want to add them for a collection, they have a different, on Blade Ups, they have a separate order that actually is for all 6 different colors, and if you get all 6, it's only $34.99, which makes these less than $6 a piece, which I think is definitely more on par. If you're already ordering from them, I think for 10 bucks it's nice to add. By the way, they do have free shipping on everything, which is just awesome. I mean, I don't even think I may have mentioned that before. One of my favorite things about the site is that they offer free shipping. And I can't tell you how great that is, because a lot of times I'll be hesitant in actually ordering something that's cheaper because I don't want to pay the shipping cost. I mean, how often do you buy something online that's 10 bucks and that's like $6 shipping? You know, what sense does that make? It's such a waste of money. If I'm spending $100, it's different. But if I'm spending, you know, 10 or 20 bucks, I don't want to pay $6 or $7 for shipping every time. So free shipping to me is a major plus. Huge, huge plus. But anyway, just wanted to show you that, the review on it. There's not a whole lot to say. It's a small little knife. It's basically on par with any kind of cheap Balisong. The only difference is that it's scaled down and a lot smaller. So, that's all. That's my review. I do like it quite a bit, and like I said, for me, it was just something to add to the old collection, and I'm very happy with it. Hey, what's going on, guys? I am going to do a Balisong video today for you guys. It's been a while since I had a Balisong video, a tutorial, so today I want to show you guys a tabletop. Okay, a lot of the old school flippers are going to remember these. Tabletops don't get a whole lot of press. In fact, I haven't really seen any on YouTube before, although I didn't do a specific search for them. So we'll see. Anyway, today's Balisong of choice is going to be a latchless skeletonized Jaguar. A little extra heft here, just doing something different. I'll also do this with my Benjamin Model 51 Morpho as well, just for comparison to show that you can do it with a lighter knife as well. So anyway, basically what a tabletop is once you get to a point where your Balisong's open, doesn't matter what you're doing as far as your routine or if you just open it just like I did. What you want to do is you want to let go of the Balisong by throwing it up gently or tossing it up, and you're going to have it land in the back of your hand, okay? And you're going to have an open hand like this. And then from here, it's going to rotate past your hand, okay, into a reverse grip, or, depending on how you spin it, just a regular grip, okay, just like so. And in rotating it off your hand, you can also go into other moves. You can close it to finish your combination, whatever you're doing. Alright, so it's a pretty simple concept, but there is one little trick that's helped me, you know, get them down in the past that I want to share with you guys. Alright, so basically how you want to start this off, doesn't matter what you're doing, get your blade open, okay, that's the first part. Now, preferably you're going to want your blade facing that way. I am righty. It's going to be different if you're lefty, just the opposite. But once you have a regular grip here, first thing you want to do is actually give it a little toss, okay, so that you're holding the base of the knife. Now, when you're doing your trick to open the blade, if you want to finish up so that your grip is already down here, to skip that step, even better, okay? But once you're holding down here, what you want to do is basically kind of toss this up a little bit, okay, and then quickly flatten your hand out. But when you do this, you want to angle your hand back. Okay, if you keep your hand flat and it hits this, it's going to go bump and just bounce all over the place and fall off and teeter, all kinds of stuff. So when you first do it, you want to keep your hand on an angle. And then as it hits flat, flatten your hand out. Okay, Now, of course, balance is going to be everything here. If it's too far back, it's going to fall off the edge. If it's too far front, it's going to tip forward, and vice versa. So it's about timing and balance. But once you do this and it gets to the top of your hand, okay, the second part is basically you're tilting your hand backwards and it's going to want to slide off. But when you do this, tilt it with a good little jolt so that it actually spins the knife enough so you can reach round and grab it. Okay, and in most cases what I'll do is I'll grab it like this, and as I'm coming forward, I'll just flip it up to close it. I'll do a tabletop before the end of a combination. Alright, so let's see what it looks like basically all put together here. You're doing whatever combination you want. Tip up, the top of the hand, back of the hand, closed. That's a tabletop. Now what you can do is once it's up there, you can flip this over to your other hand for some kind of a transfer, and then start flipping lefty, or the opposite if you're righty. You can always it's really up to your imagination, but once you get it up there, that's where you can do all kinds of crazy crap. A lot of times what I'll do is I'll bring it right back into a nice pick grip, swing it around to close it. But anyway, that is a tabletop. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Oops, I forgot to show the tabletop using the Morpho. So, get your blade open, tabletop, flip it around, and I like to close it. But again, you can do whatever you want. You can do a little bit of a bump instead of actually holding it there. Okay, just kind of let it roll off to the back of your hand. Hopefully that was in frame. Let's show you again. Just like that. So, there it is, guys. Tabletop. Just a quick little PS. Don't be discouraged if you mess up. We all do, from time to time. And if you don't want to get cut, don't play with sharp knives. What's going on, guys? Going to do a new Zippo tutorial. New Zippo trick. Alright, so today's trick is going to be on the spinning wheel. Okay, which is actually pretty easy and a lot of fun to do. So here's what the trick looks like. Alright, so doing this move is not too complicated, but it's really just basically in the grip and how you're holding it to start off with, which is to be said for pretty much any Zippo move. So you want to do to start off here is you want to hold the Zippo just like this, okay? And I'm going to break this down for you guys. First thing you want to do is take your middle finger and put it on the bottom portion of the lid here. Now you'll notice that the hinge is on top. Okay, this is how it opens. You want the hinge on top and the little Pac-Man mouth facing down. Okay? So middle finger goes on the base of the lid, and this is going to be basically pushing against your own hand. But the most important thing to note here is that half of the Zippo has to be sticking up. Okay, very important. The reason being is that what we're going to do is actually squeeze this, and it's going to spin around. Now, if it's all the way down against your hand, and you can't see any from this top view, when you squeeze, nothing's going to happen. You're just going to be pushing it into your hand. It's not going to spin. Okay, so again, middle finger, base of the cap there, and make sure about half the Zippo on the bottom is sticking up. Okay, just like that. Now your bottom two fingers you can tuck in for now because you're just going to get confused. We're not using those for this move. Pointer finger and thumb, you're going to be pinching the top portion of the lid here. Okay, the only way to do is squeeze your middle finger down. When you squeeze down, this is going to want to slide out of your hand, and the momentum is going to fling this open. Okay, now what you want to do with your grip on your pointer finger and thumb here is keep it kind of a medium grip. Okay, you don't want it too hard, because if you're gripping this too hard when you squeeze, it's going to stop. It's not going to spin around. But if it's too loose, it's going to just fly right out of your hands. Alright, so this is where practice makes everything perfect. You're going to have to just get used to seeing how much grip you're going to need here. Alright, so basically this is going to spin around, and you're going to let it rotate around so it comes down into the palm of your hand. Okay? The next portion of the move, you take your ring finger and just bring it down to light the Zippo. And how I finish this is basically I just flick upwards to close it. But the original move is to actually change your grip and to come in with your left hand, abruptly smacking your wrist to shut that lid. I mean, do it however you want, but I find it easier just to flick it open, or flick it shut rather. So anyway, that's it. That's the spinning wheel. All right. So what'd you think? You like the triple feature? Was it cool? Thumbs up, thumbs down, whatever you want to do. 5 stars, 1 star. I always appreciate the honesty. I'm glad you guys stuck around. Anyone who's still watching at this point is in for a treat because I'm going to announce that I'm, of course, going to have a big giveaway. And a lot of people probably knew that. I mean, I've always liked to do contests and stuff, even early on. And for 1,000 videos, that's a pretty special thing for me. So I'm going to have a huge giveaway. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be talking about it much in this video you're watching right this second because there's a lot of details to go over. But very soon, I'm going to have all kinds of information on it. I got some really cool gifts, and I have a good variety of stuff. So hopefully it'll please everyone. And I have a whole different, unique way that I'm actually going to pick the winners. So hopefully it's exciting and something new. I always like variety and trying new things. So in a future video, I will have definitely an announcement on my 1,000th video giveaway. Okay, so stay tuned for that. And P.S. You're probably looking over here at the counter. I'm just messing with you guys. The rest of it's black. I promise you, there's nothing else. Take my word for it. I just wanted to screw with you a little bit and kind of get the shock because I know I'm going to get a lot of comments. People go to click on the video and they're going to go, "Oh my God, I'm not watching this. No way." You know, I just can't wait to see what the comments are. And as soon as I say my goodbye in a second here, I promise you it's just a black screen. You're not going to miss anything. So anyway, thank you so much, guys. Like I said, the whole YouTube experience has been awesome, and I can't wait to see what's in store next. So thanks again for the support and the views and the comments, the messages, the support, everything. Thank you so much, guys. And I'll see you in the next 1,000 videos. Take care.